part here, we needed one of these fan assemblies. So it's about 150 bucks, but that's still cheaper than AutoZone or any of those places. So that works. Everybody else wanted like $225. So I'm just gonna take the old one out, slap the new one. Alright guys, well, this morning we got up and had coffee and ran over there to the dealership. I tried to drive at night last night, so we did get pretty close to the dealership right around the corner at a Safeway. We just kind of parked there because I noticed that it's a lot cooler at night than driving during the day and not as much traffic.
Yeah, it was about a 20-minute drive, so we really didn't want to push the van like that with the overheating. So we knew we wanted to do it at night when the temperatures were much cooler, traffic was less, and you're not sitting at lights as long, and that's where the problem really is when you have overheating issues. Yeah. As when you start idling, that's when it wants to really heat up then.
Because the fan's not spinning. So we played around with it all day yesterday, guys, and I've determined, and after I talked to Mike, the mechanic, that it is the fan. Since it won't turn, it's not cooling the coolant that's being recirculated through the engine, which is causing everything to overheat. So I went this morning, you saw us, we just got back, we changed shirts again into our I don't care clothes, and I guess we're gonna try to, I think I have all, I did some YouTubing, and I think I have everything I need to take this apart and put it back together, except for these little clips. If I mess these up, then I'll have to go find some of these, but I'm hoping not to mess them up so I don't have to find them, right?
Yeah, we've looked at a couple of places
and
already.
They haven't had a spot. So all right, well, there's no time like the present, and today's a nice kind of overcast day, so it's about 80 degrees outside. So if I'm sweating, I'm sorry, but we need to get this done. My buddy said it shouldn't take me no longer than a couple hours, and we're gonna walk you through it. I hope you don't have the same issue on your Ram Promaster City of overheating and your fan going out. So,
but if you do, now you know how to check it out.
Yep.
And
maybe you can fix it yourself if you're inclined, or you'll at least know what to do to take it to the dealership, right?
And find what part you need.
That way you don't get taken at one of these dealerships for more than what you need, right?
Exactly.
All right, here we go. Well, step one is to get this bumper off, and on both sides, right inside here, there is a plastic tab that you almost just have to cut off. If you're gonna try to reuse that, I don't know how. You can't even get the screwdriver in there. There's a couple more screws right there, and then we're gonna come up here. We're gonna take out these screws on the top, these 4. I already popped this one loose on this side. Then we have to undo the skid plate. So once I get these couple screws off on the top here, I'm actually going to ride it up on our tread tracks and our levelers to try to get a little room, because this fan has to come in from the bottom. So no matter how you do this, you got to get it done from the bottom. So this whole thing's got to come off. All right.
All right, well, we got the van loaded up on our tread tracks and our leveling blocks just to get it off the ground so Mike could get the fan in and out. Right now he's taking off the bolts to our skid plate so that we could get the bumper off.
Well, after getting the bolts off from the skid plate, the self-tapping screws we put in at Bob and Wanda's, I could get to the little screws for the the scariest thing is just pulling this bumper off. After you got all of it off, it's just kind of a little scary to start pulling. All right. Well, there went the bumper. to it but to do it, I guess. That ripped off there pretty good. Now you can see everything else. Now we're gonna have to take this cross beam underneath here off. So I'll start to do that now and I'll show you how to do that. All right, guys, well, the skid plate's off, the bumper's off. Now this metal beam has to come off so that the fan assembly can come out. We're gonna take off these 4 bolts here, and then there's another one up in here, which is a 6mm hex. So this is a 16mm here, and then down here, we'll show you those in a second. These are gonna be hard. All right, first of all, we took out those 4 bolts with a 16mm, and then now we're gonna use a 10mm wrench, and there's a little one up top. Then you need a 6mm to go up in this hole here and get a hex nut out of there, and then this bar will come off, and then we can pull it out. All right, let's see if we can do it. Okay, guys, well, we got the other side all unhooked. Now we got this side undone, but this was broken, so I guess I'm just gonna glue it back in there so I didn't have to take off that little 10mm. But as you can tell, the fan kind of sits into this metal bracket right here with a little pin. So that's how it sits in there. So that's why you gotta take this metal bar off. And we're taking this 6mm bolt out. We get it out. Then we'll be kind of good to go. Almost done. Ready to put it back together. All right, well, first things first, I always disconnect the negative battery terminal, and they make it really easy on the Ram Promaster, because all you got to do is just clip it on, pop it right off. So, and that'll ensure I don't get my fingers chopped off. But now this fan in here's got to come out, and we got a couple extra little things we need to do. There is 2 clips in here, and I'll have to show you that on this side. Okay, well, we have to unhook 2 of these electrical connections. You kind of have to pull that little yellow tab up, and then you can unhook this thing, unsnap it. Not easy. Let me get this off and we'll get back to you. All right, after a little bit of fighting, it came out. That's the old fan. I don't know. Whatever it is, it ain't working right. So right there's the new one. Right there's the new one, guys. So here's the old one. Here's the new one. Half the job's done. All we gotta do is put it back all back together. Hopefully it goes back together a little easier than a few parts. All right, guys. Plugged it in, got it in, turned the AC on, fan instantly comes on. I don't know, but I think that is fixed. So it's a bear getting it in and a bear getting it out. But now we just gotta put the rest of this back together the way we did, and that'll be that. So you'll get to see it when I put it all back together, all right? All right. Putting the last bolts in. I need an extension, that's what I need. Wow. It's all right though, I make it work. Well guys, that was a success. We got the bumper back on, the skid plate attached, a new fan in the van. And if this happens to you, it's a known problem on these Promaster cities. I just wanted to show you, there's a couple videos out on YouTube, but not very many. So I just thought I'd take this opportunity to save us a little bit of money. Instead of it being about $500-600 bucks, it was $120 for a new fan. So that's a big difference. And if you're like us and you're balling on a budget and you travel and you want to spend all your money on traveling and not on parts and labor and stuff, you might be mechanically inclined, and this will give you enough to see if this is something that you could tackle yourself or if it's above your level of capability.
Two things we've learned is make sure you have all the tools you're going to need to do the job. You'd hate to have everything undone and then you have to go to the store.
Yeah, that's the worst.
So make sure you have everything you need to do, and make sure you have a spot to do it in too.
Because as nomads, as you know, we don't have a driveway or a backyard, so we are in a abandoned parking lot right here in the middle of the afternoon. There was one cop that came through, but he just went on past. So
thankfully
it didn't bother us. And we're going to end this video. Tomorrow we'll be back on the road traveling like normal, guys. So this is just a little delay in our game, a 2-day delay of us proceeding on through South Dakota. All right, guys. Well, thanks for watching. Please like,
comment,
and subscribe.
Check us out on Instagram and Patreon.
And hit the bell for more notifications.
We'll see you in the next one.
Thanks for watching.